even though all living things have DNA inside of them, DNA looks a little bit different in different organisms. So you might have learned of this word before, eukaryotic. Eukaryotic is describing certain organisms like plants, animals, and fungi that have actual chromosomes inside of their cells. Now, there are actually other kinds of living organisms called prokaryotes. Those are things like bacteria and other single celled organisms that actually don't even have chromosomes. All of their DNA is just found in little strands throughout the cell. It's not packaged nicely in these chromosomes here. So let's take a look at specifically human chromosomes. And something important you need to know about human chromosomes is that the very end of our chromosomes have a certain section called a telomere. Okay, so a telomere is the tip, the very end of a eukaryotic chromosome. So this right here is a micrograph. It's a picture that was taken with a microscope, and the chromosome part is stained red, and the telomere was stained this yellow color or light color here on the end, and that's the telomeres. That's the very end of the chromosome. Now, this part of the chromosome, the telomeres, are very hard to replicate. So when we're going through the DNA copying replication process, the very ends are very, very difficult. So there's another enzyme called telomerase that helps to add short repeated DNA sequences to telomeres as the chromosomes are replicated. So at the very end, this enzyme protects the very end of the chromosome from having mistakes in replication. And one interesting fact about telomeres are that people actually, or scientists, sometimes question whether or not telomeres have to do with the aging process. So as we get older, our telomeres actually get shorter and shorter and shorter. So the ends of our chromosomes get shorter and shorter and shorter. And sometimes that actually can hurt our genes. So there's the sections of our DNA near the end of our chromosomes could possibly get damaged if these telomeres aren't there to protect those ends of the genes. So that's why this enzyme telomerase is so important, because it keeps these the ends of the DNA from being damaged, and so those genes are still doing okay.